Alright, here we go. This is a ProDerp, another ProDerp. It's very, very similar to the last ProDerp that involved Rex and Akroz, but it is going to be between WolfCuB in the upper left-hand corner, the green player, in a Steampunk Helix with his signature 3 Husky Pups there, if you can take a look at that. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner, Akroz in the Steampunk Warthog, and he has a very, very, very similar loadout to what he did last time against Rex, where he just pretty much went Moneymakers, Bombs, and a single unit. And they're very, very similar units. This time it is a Rebel, last time was Jackal, but he does have the addition of boosters. So, let's see how this plays out. He hasn't even filled all of his sockets with Moneymakers yet. He has 2 open sockets, and instead he kind of has Rebels sitting there instead. So, let's see how he chooses to do his opens, going straight with Rebels, 2 WolfCuBs forward, and chooses to leave it there so he can try to snipe a Moneymaker, and he probably will get it for WolfCuB. Reacts fast enough to this. Yes, does get it. So, that is, for the most part, a worthwhile trip. If he can keep WolfCuB from generating credits long enough, even though he pretty much did lose those 2 Rebels that are sitting right here. WolfCuB trying to take one out, but Akroz is right there, so won't really be able to do that. But both of those Rebels will definitely die eventually. Rebels take pretty much forever to kill other Rebels, and WolfCuB's actually also using Rebels to defend, so this might be just kind of funny. If WolfCuB has not been able to rebuild that Moneymaker yet, so that definitely was a worthwhile trade-off for Akroz. Dropping creeps does get another Moneymaker. In the meantime, WolfCuB not fast enough to react to that as well, but now will be able to chase down Akroz. No, not going to be able to finish him off. You know, that Warthog did run out of energy, but WolfCuB, he pretty much had full health, so WolfCuB would not really have been able to finish him off. I was told by WolfCuB, who was the one that sent this to me. I will mention that because this is a ProDerp, so you never really know what the hell will happen. And Akroz choosing to send the Rebels on the back lane, and those will be able to make it through. Yeah, they will. They're going this way instead of that way, instead of like going this way. So now Akroz will be able to kill a little bit of stuff here. WolfCuB was able to take down a Moneymaker with the help of those Rebels, and those Rebels will sit there and eventually, probably eventually kill those or neutralize that outpost. No, Akroz does come back to react, but he did neutralize this outpost. But you know, WolfCuB with creeps, really, really high level play here by both of these players. Both of these players are pretty much top tier players, and WolfCuB retaking that outpost, and Akroz actually just sniping Rebels by himself. No unit support. I think that was 2. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking back and forth and talking, but I think he got 2, at least 1. And now going again with more Rebels. It's just going to be Rebels all day. At least I'm not that guy playing Pictionary with Stewie saying Jackal all the time. But it is going to be Rebel, Rebel, Rebel. Rebel, Rebel, Rebel. Oh, crap, that's worse. Damn, okay, but anyway, Akroz trying to get another Rebel. But WolfCuB does come back and react to it, forcing him out of the area with those Helix rockets. And now will play it safe, starting to bunker creeps. Not wasting time grabbing that very last one and setting off the mine just in case he decides to send a push. And WolfCuB now with a full queue of Longhorn and 1 Seeker and another Rebel coming out as well. He will start to probably move that. Yeah, okay, he is just using that send command just to reposition, or just to get those Longhorn in the position that he would want them to be in. And he does use mass commands to set them to mass hold position. So now we'll be able to create quite a cluster of units over here. Akroz, oh, a little bit of a miss landing there. Kind of landed on top of the outpost, which forced him to transform away, but he was able to actually get 1 Rebel, so he did not make that a completely worthless trip. Akroz stacking a bunch of Rebels over there at that last stand, so WolfCuB will almost definitely not be able to see that. This map is completely covered in Akroz's Rebels. In terms of his side, obviously that's the only ground unit that he can make. And he has, I think the loadout counters are kind of right. The booster unit right here, this picture, I think that's correct. It has 37 Rebels out on the field for Akroz, and 5 in his build queue, obviously, and now WolfCuB actually has a pretty 2-pronged attack. I was told by WolfCuB that this was a pretty serious game for the most part, and so Akroz and WolfCuB are pretty much going all out. Akroz derpy loadout and all, but now WolfCuB actually will probably take this middle outpost with those 4 probes and quite a lot of units on the sides. However, Akroz is here to distract him, so I don't know if he will be able to actually ferry units, you know, to the other side of that mid to actually be able to secure it well. Those neutral units might knock those bulbs down. Yes, they do. The last bulb did get knocked down, but WolfCuB with more creeps coming in, Akroz is probably going to start sending out these Rebels sometime soon. Mass commands have been implemented in the most recent patch, either that or the second most recent patch, which is very, very different from the last ProDerp where he had to block them. I mean, now he doesn't have to do that anymore. Oh my god, look at all those glowing rebels. Akroz now sending out all those rebels, and I don't know what command he set them to. I would assume capture, so they would just go all the hell over the like, everywhere on the map. And now WolfCuB does spot this, so let's see how he decides to defend. Going with bombs, I mean, that will kind of work, but in terms of the number of rebels, man, it's really going to be, I don't think he's really going to be able to keep up. There are 51 rebels out of the field for Akroz, and Akroz also bombing as well, so units are going to get killed left and right. This outpost has gone down to neutral, no surprise there, but now we do have rebels going here to the forward, here to the close, and WolfCuB is going to be quite overwhelmed with all of these rebels, kind of, I don't want to say allowing Akroz to build up that force, but I guess because of lack of scouting, he didn't really prepare the way that he could have, should he have known, should he have found out that Akroz was massing up those, that kind of number of rebels. He was really, really focusing on that mid-fight, focusing on making that unit clump, and, just because of that, he was not able to prepare the way that I guess he could have prepared, just concentrating defenses more at outposts, because the most likely course of action when you clump up that many units is to pretty much set them all on T and set them all over the map. That is kind of the same sort of strategy that we that we did see in that one forum post started by Insomniac about rebel spam, and it has become quite a popular tactic since then. I mean, the word does spread in AirMech, meta does spread. I mean, I don't want to really call this meta per se, but it's extremely effective and not very difficult to pull off. All you have to do is just crank out the rebels. It's really, really hard to counter because rebels are cheap. You get a lot of units out on the field, and T commands kind of do all the work for you, and WolfCuB trying to send counter rebels. He will probably be able to get this outpost neutralized because Akroz does not have any defensive infantry that he can spam. Those two creeps are walking away, but even if he picked them up, I don't think it will. I mean, it would only delay it for a little while longer, and now a lot of rebels are still here. Actually, all the bulbs are still up here for Akroz. Now one finally did get knocked down. WolfCuB has more rebels coming over here and does have another full queue of rebels. Oh man, it is just rebel spam central over here. Akroz is spraying all over with his fire and actually able to defend fairly well. These rebels getting a fairly good amount of blocking off, and WolfCuB has not been able to neutralize his outpost quite yet. In the meantime, Akroz has been able, has chosen to go to WolfCuB's close and tried to snipe some units over there, and now finally sending out rebels once again and killing quite a lot of units as well, leveling up to level 7. Both mechs are actually level 7. WolfCuB defending his fort, but I don't know if he should really prioritize on this. Akroz is assaulting that close and might actually be able to neutralize it. Akroz has control of WolfCuB's forward and now sending even more rebels to WolfCuB's close. WolfCuB just defending his fort. It's a little bit damaging, but I don't know if really that should be his priority. And Akroz just all over the map, killing moneymakers and rebels everywhere. WolfCuB really, really struggling to defend. Spamming those rockets might actually be able to get this kill. No, not before WolfCuB, or not before Akroz actually gets back to that outpost. And now still more rebels going all over the place. Has been able to neutralize this outpost, and Akroz just assaulting WolfCuB. Rebels. T-Command does all the work for you. I'm going to say that one more time, just because they automatically kind of split the units so you don't really have to manually do it yourself. I really, really wish the T-Commands have been, would have been improved ever since, honestly, since I've started playing AirMech in last July 2012. The commands have not been changed at all, for the most part, that I can think of. Yeah, maybe some of the mechanics of the commands have changed, but very, very little bit. None of the major aspects of the commands have changed, and honestly, not too many people really use stuff like patrol and follow. Although, because they have been the only commands available, people have been figuring out ways to use them actually really effectively. I really do like using patrol, but this entire game, Akroz sending so many rebels everywhere. WolfCuB queuing up nothing but rebels. Akroz queuing up nothing but rebels. Okay, Akroz for a good reason because they're the only thing in his loadout, but WolfCuB for a good reason as well because pretty much it's the only thing or not necessarily the only thing, but it's the easiest, most effective thing to, you know, to counter is not really a word, but to counter rebel spam. And WolfCuB's actually holding his ground for the most part, has lost quite a lot of life, but, you know, just it's pretty much due to the lack of income that WolfCuB has versus Akroz, because Akroz has all the outposts and a lot of moneymakers under his control. WolfCuB, on the other hand, does not, so he's not able to spam as much rebels out on the field as Akroz has. Akroz with 43 on the field, if that booster count is actually the rebel count, I'm pretty sure it is. And WolfCuB with only 18, because player 1 loadout counters work correctly in replays, not player 2. But now WolfCuB has pretty much killed the rest of the rebels at the last stand and at the fort. What is Akroz doing? Akroz is AFK. I guess queuing up more rebels. No, not built. Those rebels were built. So Akroz is a little bit away. It's giving WolfCuB a little bit of time to catch up, and now Akroz is back, able to defend against the attacking rebels, and WolfCuB now able to neutralize that outpost. So the game flow has settled down just a little bit. Akroz able to snipe one more rebel under his control, under WolfCuB. So I would like to see WolfCuB come out with more Longhorn. However, it is still the rebel spam conundrum. It's really, really difficult to go this light unit meta is kind of crazy. I mean, you shouldn't really call it meta. I probably shouldn't have. I should have chosen my words a little bit better. But you know, the light units for the most part have found their way into modern AirMech. Oh man, things that I say. But you know, in terms of recent months meta play, rebels and jackals, and neutralizing outposts, especially because they are extremely cheap and their numbers just go through the roof and really cost effective in terms of HP. We've really seen them. Is proliferate an appropriate word? I'm gonna say it anyway. Proliferate. In the AirMech high-level play, and now Akroz with even more rebels coming out, and he will do pretty much the exact same thing he did the first time, but now with mid under his control and the forward under his control, he probably will be able to overwhelm WolfCuB in a much more major sense. WolfCuB actually doing the same thing, sending out rebels, but is only 6, so let's see if he can actually neutralize this forward outpost. I'm not really sure, especially because Akroz is spamming out rebels of his own for blocking, but in that helix it is a little bit faster to turn. Akroz not able to hit WolfCuB in the air the entire time, and as actually penetrated this outpost, it will go down to neutral right now, yes, and Akroz will be able to send these rebels out. Oh man, just more and more rebels. He is not stopping. This is a rebel spam fest. I feel like I am in some kind of what were these after? They were after those rebel tanks in Syria or something like that. Akroz is a okay. So, okay, and because Akroz is a warthog, they die really quick, and because WolfCuB is a helix, he can kill them really fast with his rockets as well. And the big difference, I guess, there is that the helix rockets do a little bit more damage than the warthog fire, but run out of energy way faster, like way faster. And Akroz now sending out all the rebels that he had, leaving a few down for defense, I guess just in case WolfCuB decides to do the same kind of rebel spam attack. But look at this train of rebels coming here. These going for this forward. Some of these going for the close, and most of them going for that fort, because they have pretty much run out of outposts. And now look at all the rebels here. Akroz is going to get a lot more damage down on WolfCuB. So once he penetrates this wall, and he pretty much has already, it's not really a solid wall. Akroz did get killed by WolfCuB really briefly though, but with so many credits in his bank, he was able to just hit that respawn button. Now has been able to neutralize this, and 3 bulbs are already up. Akroz coming with 4 more creeps, so he will be able to take this under his control, and with a full build queue of, guess what, rebels, will be able to get a fair surround and secure this outpost, and at least for the meantime be able to stop WolfCuB from neutralizing it. And Akroz now just front dooring. Look at that pile of dead rebels. Oh my god, look at that pile of dead rebels. That is just amazing. Oh, my mouse actually died. Okay, but that does not change the fact that WolfCuB is way behind, and Akroz just rebel spamming like crazy, and WolfCuB forced to do the same, forced to copy what WolfCuB was doing, sadly enough, and now sending more rebels, so WolfCuB will have to deal with this, while Akroz just going all over the map, getting so many things killed, dropping creeps back there, and will be able to kill some rebels before WolfCuB comes back here with more rebels to defend. Oh my god, this is just bananas. There are way too many rebels on the map right now, and WolfCuB has pretty much devolved his play into just using rebels because nothing else was really working. Too many Longhorn on the field. I mean, you know, you couldn't really come, you know, match that that count in terms of the Rebels. It's just really, really crazy. I really do think the upkeep now at this point, kind of like the Bucky, same kind of Bucky fix, or same kind of fix as the Bucky. The upkeep should probably go up. And WolfCuB almost getting himself killed. Akroz does have all his ability points, and he does have level 3 underground. Going to be able to finish off WolfCuB here. And WolfCuB actually surviving for a pretty long time, but does finally get killed. Akroz now with almost full map control, has this outpost under his control, and it will eventually neutralize this outpost. I think these are prioritizing the outpost instead of the enemy rebels. So, and once again, rebels take forever to kill other rebels, so they will be able to neutralize that outpost, I think, before dying. Yeah, only one has been killed, and Akroz is here to actually kill a lot of the rebels himself. Rebels do die really, really quick to Warthog fire. Warthogs with really high DPS and heavy weapons, just like every other AirMech. So the you know, heavy armor advantage that rebel has does not fall under the realm of defending against mechs. And Akroz neutralizing this outpost, and WolfCuB not even able to retake it, and just struggling to keep these those creeps from walking in. And Akroz with, let's see, 40 plus 5 in his build queue. Rebels down now, 40 down, 5 in the queue. So, no, it will not get finished off. WolfCuB having such a hard time defending against all these rebels, and simply because he has a credit disadvantage, a credit income disadvantage, he is not going to be able to keep up. A clever mixture of different kinds of units is not going to do the job right now, and Akroz probably will eventually just start to push out with even more rebels. It is 2 to 120. WolfCuB has pretty much nothing out on the field and just trying to delay what is inevitable. Sadly, death by rebel is what's going to happen eventually. WolfCuB trying to block with his rebels of his own, but those rebels from Akroz outnumbering them heavily will eventually be able to break through. And Akroz with his hogfire just front dooring, and oh my god, this game is so close. Akroz supposed to finishing anyway, not close by any means in terms of, you know, evenness between the players, in terms of the map control and straight up fort health lead. And Akroz gonna be able to finish off WolfCuB with that front door hero hogging. WolfCuB going down in defeat, and they are just derpily flying around circles. WolfCuB trying to avoid Akroz as long as he possibly can during post-game. Oh my god, and actually surviving quite a long time, but does finally run into that cannon. And WolfCuB going down in this... I think this was kind of a an impromptu pro-derp that happened. WolfCuB pretty much did imply that, for the most part at the beginning, it was really a serious game. WolfCuB was playing pretty standard, and Akroz just rebel spamming. We did see just now the effectiveness, oh my god, of rebel spam. I will probably post this after my tournament just so I don't reveal anything that possibly may come. But yeah, guys, rebels need to be fixed. I don't know if rebels necessarily are just the problem. It might be light unit spam to begin with. You probably can do something pretty close to this with Jackal. The only thing is Jackal's armor is much different than Rebels, so you have you know, a larger option of counter units to play with if someone actually does go Jackal spam. So Rebel spam is pretty damn crazy. But if you have any other pro derps that you either spectate or play yourself, send them into ruy0x@gmail.com, or send them, or you can message me on Steam at ruy. I will mention that Akroz, yes, the guy in this game, Akroz, has started to commentate games in Spanish, so I will leave a link, probably even an annotation link covering Akroz's name or something like that on this game, and a link in my video description as well. I think I've been including that since now or something like that. But yes, go check out Akroz's channel. If you speak Spanish, that's great. You can follow him. You can translate for me so I can know what he's saying. I watch his channel. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm kind of actually a little bit desperate for AirMech content myself to watch. So I have been keeping up with Akroz's channel. I really hope you guys do as well. And if you don't speak Spanish, just watch it anyway. It's more AirMech, and you can't get enough of AirMech. So guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.